morning dear students, welcome back to science online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine and doing well at your home. Dear students, in last class we are learning about the synthetic fibers. What are the types of synthetic fibers? Just recall that we have learned rayons, nylons, polyester, acrylic. So 4 types we have learned yesterday. In today's class we are going to discuss the characteristics of the synthetic fibers. So dear students, now we are going to start our class. So dear students, let's discuss the characteristics of synthetic fibers. Okay, why we are using this synthetic fiber, what is the benefit of to use this. So dear students, synthetic fibers have unique characteristics, you can say properties which make them popular these days. So okay, nowadays what happened, people are like to use these synthetic fibers because they have some reason. Okay, so what are those characteristics? Let's discuss here. First one, that is it is very strong. Okay, so when you want to break it, it is little bit strong. Okay, it is very strong in nature, so that's why people are used to like to use it. Okay, next, it is a durable compared to natural fibers. So dear students, what happened, we can change the state of this synthetic fibers, we can convert one form to the another form, but when we are using the natural fibers like a cotton or woolen, then what happens, after using 2 to 3 times or for 5 to 6 times, what happened, you can observe there they will going to reduce their property, but in synthetic fiber what happened, they are not going to lose their properties. So that's why it is a durable compared to the natural fibers, as well as absorb very less water. So dear students, just understand this situation, why we are using that. Okay, if you are going to pour into the water or washing the clothes of polyesters, so for 3 to 4 hours itself it will going to become a dry, but when you are using the cotton clothes, it takes lots of time to dry. So why we are using such type of things, because the synthetic fibers, or you can say polyesters, they are absorbs very less water. Okay, they are absorbs very less water, and for drying purpose it will not going to take a lots of time. Next is it is a wrinkle resistant. Okay, so just imagine another thing, suppose you have kept a cotton clothes for 1 month or 2 months as it is, then after that what you can find out, you can find out that some wrinkles were present on the clothes. So when you are keeping the clothes of polyester, whether the wrinkles were there, no, wrinkles will not there. So it is a wrinkle resistance. Okay, the wrinkles properties are not there in the polyester clothes or synthetic fiber clothes, as well as it is a lightweight. Okay, as compared to the cotton clothes or polyester clothes, it is a lightweight. It is a nice texture. Okay, it's have a beautiful colors also, and they will not going to lose their properties as well as colors. Don't shrink after washing. Okay, so after washing what happened, already we have discussed this point, they will not going to be shrink it. As well as common people can afford this synthetic fiber. It is very cheap nowadays, so normal people can afford this. Readily available. Okay, it is a readily available in many of the shops, you can search it. Okay, no problem, easily you will get the polyester clothes or polyester things. And less maintenance required compared to the natural fibers. It takes up less maintenance. Okay, it is not going to be spend lots of money to change one form to the another form. So it is a less maintenance compared to the natural fibers. As well as the last thing, it's a very good point, that is the conserve environment. Okay, so if you are using the natural fibers, sometimes what happens, you are going to cut the trees or you are using the trees, sometimes what happens, animals also can get a harms. So as compared to the natural fiber, synthetic fiber is a conserving environment. Okay, so these are few points. If the question can be asked, write the synthetic properties of synthetic fibers, characteristics of synthetic fibers, then you can conclude this point, no problem. It is very easy for remembering. Okay, now let's discuss the concept of next thing, that is the plastics. So dear students, plastic is a new thing for you. I don't know, I hope it is a new thing for you. Okay, so usually in our day to day life, the plastic chairs, plastic buckets, plastic toys, plastic glass, plastic bottles we are using, is it? So when we are talking about the types of plastics, usually what we are saying, the chair is made up of plastic, the table is made up of plastic, but no, the plastics have a two classification. What are those two classification? Let's discuss one by one. The first classification is thermoplastic. Okay, this is the first classification of thermoplastics. So what do you mean by the thermoplastics here? Thermoplastics are those plastics which can be softened repeatedly by heating and can be molded into different shapes again. Okay, so dear students, when the question is asked for you, what is thermoplastics? So usually you know about this thing that plastics can change their shape while heating. Okay, so this is the common plastics. So if you want to define those plastics, so you have to tell it is a thermoplastics. So thermoplastic is nothing but those plastics which can be softened repeatedly by heating. Okay, by applying the heat, what happens, you can molded their shape. Okay, so molded into different shapes again and again, so you can recycle it. Okay, so these are the which plastics you can remolded shape again and again. So what are those example of thermoplastics? Like a polythene, polyvinyl chloride. Okay, so what are the example? That is the polyethylene and polyvinyl chloride. So here two types of examples are common for thermoplastics, that is the polythene and a polyvinyl. And where we are using the thermoplastics, we are using the thermoplastics for making things which don't get much hot. Okay, so where we are using such type of things that we don't get too much. Okay, it will not going to get too much hot. These thermoplastics are also called as the thermo softening plastics. Okay, this is the plastics which is very soft in nature. So while heating, what happen? It can change their shape. So you can see here so many bottles are there. So if you want to going to heat it, it easily going to change their shape. Okay, so which type of plastic it is? It is the thermoplastics. So what is the best example for thermoplastic? That is the polythene. Okay, so in our day to day life, for using polythene, it is common for us. So polythene is a plastics obtained by the polymerization process of a chemical compound known as a ethene. Okay, so how the ester forms a polyester, in similar way the ethene forms a polythene. Okay, so what is the nature of this polythene? It is very strong and durable. Okay, it can change their shape. Polythene is a very common plastic which is used in the making of plastics bags, bottles and the buckets. So usually which is the polythene means, polythene is a very common plastics. The example of common plastic or the thermoplastics you can take as a polythene, where it is used for making plastic bags, bottles and the buckets. Okay, so this is the example of polythene. Okay, now let's go for the next concept, another type of plastic, that is the thermosetting plastic. So dear students, first one we have learned thermoplastics. But thermosetting plastic is quite opposite of thermoplastics. Thermosetting plastic means it is a plastic which once set doesn't become soft on heating. So when you are going to heat the such type of plastics which is made up of thermosetting plastics, then what happen? It will not going to be molded. So while heating, it will not going to change their shape. So such type of plastic we are called as a thermosetting plastics. So we cannot use for the second time, so it is only one time investment. So some examples are thermosettings as bakelite and the melamine. Okay, let us understand what is the uses of bakelite and the melamine. So when the question can be asked, what do you mean by thermosetting plastics? So you have to answer this question like in this way, that those plastics which once are set doesn't become soft on heating. Okay. So when you are going to heat it, it will not going to be change their shape. And some examples are thermosettings as bakelite and the melamine. So here the thermosetting plastics are used for those things who may get too hot during use. So just think it, which type of plastic is it, whether we are using such type of plastic in our day to day life. Let's think it. So dear students, have you observed your switchboard in your home? Which type of plastic is it is? The pan, okay, the pan handle, whether you have observed which type of plastic is this? So just search this answer, whether you will get the answer or not, just think it. Okay, so here let's understand the bakelite concept. It is one of the type of thermosetting plastics. So here the bakelite is very tough and hard plastic. So as you know that after the heating, the thermosetting plastic will not going to change their shape. So that's why when we are preparing dosa or any type of the palle in this such type of black pan, then what is the conclusion? Here the handle will not going to be heated. Why? Because it is made up of bakelite. It is a very poor conductor of heat and electricity. So easily the electricity and heat will not going to be transferred here. It is a very poor conductor of heat. Bakelites are used for making handles of frying pans as well as pressure cookers. It is also used for making electric switches, plugs and the sockets. So dear students, in our home itself you can find lots of uses of bakelite. Okay, the plastics which prevents the heat or electricity. So which type of plastic it is? It is a bakelite. Okay, so these are the examples of thermosetting plastics. Now let's understand the next concept about the melamine. So dear students, this is also one of the type of thermosetting plastic itself. So which is the melamine? Melamine is the plastics which can tolerate heat better than other plastics. So how the bakelite is tolerating the heat, in similar way melamine is also tolerate the heat and resistance the fire, or you can say in other words that melamine is a fire resistant plastic. So the question can be asked, which is the fire resistance plastic? So the answer should be melamine. It is used for making floor tiles, unbreakable kitchenware and ashtrays etc. Okay, so the tiles which is made up of a fiber itself. So which type of plastic it is? It is a melamine. You can see here some of the utensils which is made up of which substance? That is the melamine. So these are some examples of thermosetting plastics. Let us understand what are the structure of thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. But before going to the next concept, let us understand the concept of Teflon. So dear students, this is a very special plastics where on which oil and water don't stick. So you can see here the iron. Okay, so whether you have observed the iron is heated by these plates? No. So which type of plastic it is? It is a Teflon, where it will not going to be stick with the water because it is a slippery surface. So you can see here, this is the slippery surface. And Teflon is used to give a non-stick coating on cookware, so they don't stick. It is used in the making the soles of electric iron. So you can see here which type of plastic it is. It is a thermosetting plastics which is made up of Teflon. Okay, so where we are using, it is using for the soles of electric irons. So in the iron, which type of plastic we are using? We are using the thermosetting plastics. Let us understand the structure. So as I told, we are going to discuss here the thermosetting plastics and thermoplastics different in a structure. So in the thermoplastics, the polymer chains are not cross linked. So you can see here they are straight, okay, they are not cross linked. Cross linked means they are not attached with each other, they are straight in manner. So there is a no links between the polymer chains to help movement. So that's why what happened, they are going to be molded. But in what happened about the thermosetting plastics, they have a linked chain, okay, they have a linked chain. So the links between the polymer chains stops movement. So in this way what happened, they are not going to be molded when we are heating the thermosetting plastics. So why? Because they have a cross linked structure. So why the thermoplastics can molded? Because they do not have a cross linked structure. These have a cross linked structure, they do not have a cross linked structure. So these are some difference between the thermosetting plastics and the thermoplastic structure. So dear students, in today's class we have completed the types of plastics. In next class again we are going to discuss the characteristics, properties of the plastics and what are the impacts in our nature by using the plastic. So let's meet in the next class. Till that time, just whatever points we have discussed, mark in your textbook. If you are finding any difficulty to understand the concept, you can call me. So dear students, let's meet in the next class. Have a good day. Bye bye.